Welcome to What the Fuck Tuesday. In honor, I wore my Whiskey Tango Foxtrot shirt that I haven't worn in a while because it was buried in a drawer. And I found it this week and I was like, oh my God, I need to wear that. So this is a live stream relationship advice show where people send in questions in advance. We will be scheduling one of the ones where you can call in and get your question answered right on the air, but that's not tonight. These people sent their questions in beforehand. They were carefully selected and organized into this wonderful document by my lovely cousin Candace. And I read the questions and then I give a response just off the top of my big head. Sometimes, the responses are more intelligent than others, but whatever. Also, if you wrote a question in this week, be sure to check out the chat stream too, because sometimes they catch stuff that I didn't catch, or they live in the country or the state or even the city that the letter writer's from, and so they may have some more information or resources that would augment my, more overall and general response because they're right there. They know, what's available in that area. So be sure to check both places if you wrote in a question or just for the sheer entertainment of it because they be going off. AWF off. As a matter of fact, let me get over here. See who's in. Who's in? Oh, I see Sue. Oh, see, I feel like Miss Nancy. I'm gonna be calling the roll. And I see Kimberly and Sue and Michelle and Clown Shoes and Snobville and Star Dancer Supreme and Mika and Silver Screen. So welcome everybody. Good to see all the usual and customary folks up in here, plus a few extras. So let's get started because we have again 25 questions. We're back down to 25. Thank you, because that 27 was kind of kicking. Hey, Nita. Oh, Angelica's here too. See, I could be sitting here doing this all day, so I'm going to stop so I can save my voice for these letters. Question number 1 of 25, which is our usual. This young lady's 22 to 27. She is Caucasian from Burbank, California. The guy is in the same age group, same ethnicity. Hi, everyone. I found this channel over a year ago, but this is my first time writing in to Deb. I really need some input. My boyfriend and I have been dating for over a year, and I was invited on a trip with one of my girlfriends and her aunts to Mexico in 2 weeks. I had told my boyfriend and asked if he was okay with me going on the trip to another country just because we were going through a rough patch and I wanted to make sure he was comfortable. That was about a month ago. He said yes, and my friend sent me the itinerary 2 weeks ago. So he said okay 4 weeks ago. She got the itinerary 2 weeks ago. And it included that we were going to be attending some nightclubs. I failed to mention this to my boyfriend because I thought he was going to get upset. Yesterday, he asked me what I would be doing out there, and I said eating and going to the beach, etc. And then I pulled out the itinerary and casually brought up that they might be going to a club. He got really upset that I hadn't mentioned that from the beginning and that it seemed like I was hiding it from him. And he then said that he was going to go, if he went on a trip with all his friends and he didn't mention that he was going to go to a club, I would be upset too. I don't really know how to handle this situation now. I honestly don't even want to go on a trip anymore. And he's like, oh no, you're going to go. You're going to go. You're going to go. And you're going to learn a valuable lesson from this. Keep your mouth shut. He wasn't going on the trip and he ain't your daddy. There's no reason why he needed to know your itinerary. All he needs to know is how to get in touch with you in case of an emergency. That's it. Everything else that you do on your vacation, a girl's trip, is no business of a dude. Okay, you messed up big time, opening your big old mouth and causing this whole big drama. You didn't need to tell him anything like that. When you go to the club, it's too dark to be taking too many pictures and stuff anyway. So he would have never needed to know that. Never. Does that mean that you're hiding something that you did something wrong? No. It just means that it's part of your trip that you have with those other 3 ladies and it's none of his business. Just like it's none of their men's business. Okay, so then you said you asked him if he was okay. I got to circle back to that. Are you okay with me going? What is he, your jailer? Your slave master? What's going on here that you need to get permission as a grown woman from some man that you're not even married to? It's not like you guys are arranging child care or you taking care of some ailing old person that's bedridden or something, and y'all got to make sure there's coverage and stuff. In a situation like that, well, yeah, then you guys need to work that out to make sure that everything is covered. It's still not permission, but it's more work to make sure that everything that needs to be taken care of is taken care of. In this case, you're single, so is he. You don't mention any kids, so there's no reason for that. You're too young to be having parents that you need to be taking care of, so there was no reason for you to be asking him permission to do anything or to see if he was okay with anything. Let this be a lesson to the rest of you women out there. You're not married. You're single. You go where the fuck and do what the fuck you please, just like men do. Okay? They operate on this principle where it's better to do it and ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission in the front end. So follow suit. Stop being dumb. Okay? Just keep women. I swear, you all talk too much. They just want to be telling me and everything. It drives me crazy. Okay, so then, and you talking about you're not gonna go. Yes, you're gonna go. That's what he wants you to do. You don't even understand how you're getting played. He wants you to feel like it's not worth going. So then he will have won. That's why you're gonna pack your stuff and you're gonna go. And you're gonna go over to your friend's house or something a day or so before the trip leaves so he doesn't have time to sabotage you. You're gonna be somewhere else and you're gonna leave from there. And then you're gonna go to Mexico. And then when you come back, if he got his stuff out, then just tell him too bad. You can be mad, better scratch your ass and get glad. That don't change nothing to me. I had a good time in Mexico. Too bad you weren't there. Question number 2, female, 22 to 27. She's also Caucasian. She's from Bolton, Greater Manchester in the UK. The guy in the 28 to 34 age group, and he's also white. Okay, so my problem is my long-winded boyfriend. Thank you, King of the King of Dust. Hey, Shay. Oh, Shay, you know what? I've meant to send you a message on Instagram. Send me the graphic to surviving dating of your podcast because I wanted to put it on the wall over here. I tried to do a screenshot on my phone and it looked nasty, so I didn't want that representing your show. So yes, email me that please. Yes, we just thank him for his or her whoever Dusty donation. We love Dust here when it's in cash form. Oh my God, this is too funny. Okay, let me finish this. Okay, she says she got a long-winded boyfriend. He goes on super long tangents when he talks to people. This is especially a problem when he meets new people. The two biggest issues are number one, he works in a field where people he works in a field most people have an idea about banking, but his job is very specific, and he would go into detail to try to explain it to laymen. I'm talking after just meeting somebody and they just casually ask, well, what do you do? Instead of saying, I work in finance, what about you? He talks for 15 plus minutes, oh my God, about granular details such as which spreadsheets he uses to calculate certain functions, etc. Entirely too unnecessary for most people. From my point of view, I can see people zoning out trying to figure their way out of the conversation or just pure annoyance. Isn't that funny how the long-winded windbags never notice that people are just like dying on the vine? They just keep talking. The other issue is he's a military brat with a dad who spent 20 plus years in the military. He would try to insert that into every single conversation and then again go off on a very detailed tangent like which branches and for how long his dad has served, how he got in, how old he was when he got out, which designation, etc. Again, very granular stuff most people don't care for or don't understand. This seems to be quite off-putting to a lot of people, you think? People like to talk about themselves too, so everyone can participate in the conversation, but he won't give them the chance. I've tried pointing it out very gently because I understand he's very proud of his job and his dad, but he doesn't seem to think it's a big deal because, well, they ask what I do, so they must understand. He also doesn't seem to realize how long he goes on for. He always says, I only talked for a few minutes, when reality is usually at least 15 minutes of nonstop monologue. He does it to friends too. I noticed they just tune him out, though, probably out of habit. Other than this issue, he's a really great, very fun, pleasant, nice to people, remembers things about others, has a good sense of humor, etc. How can I help him realize that this is a problem? It really seems to be somewhat harmful to his social life. I would suggest, okay, now you might not want to do this, but this is what my evil little ass would do. When he started talking, I would set a timer. And I would set it for, I don't know, 3 minutes. And then when the buzz thing went off, I would say, okay, stop talking now. And he would be sitting there and everybody would probably start laughing. But I mean, okay, 3 minutes of torture, nobody cares. When people ask, what do you do? They just being polite. They don't really give a fuck. They don't give a fuck what you do unless it's going to be something that can help them. Like if they're having a problem and you say, oh, I'm a litigation attorney. They'll be like, oh, I have a possible case. Okay, well, then they're interested. If you are, I don't know, OBGYN and someone's, pregnant, well, they might have a couple of questions for you. They'll be interested then. You own a daycare and they just had a kid and they trying to figure out what to do with the kids so they can go back to work, well, then they might be interested in what you do. But in general, in social settings like that, nobody gives a shit what you do. You just say something generic. Oh, I just work in the medical field. I work in the banking. I work in the legal field. Something neutral and genetic. What you need generic. What you need to do is talk to him about doing presentations. They have something called the elevator pitch. It's 15 seconds. The ride, between floors in the elevator, and that's the pitch that you get to talk to tell somebody what the highlights is of your idea. Okay, 30 seconds max. Get him to start practicing how he can condense his answer down so he's making an elevator pitch. You can look it up on the internet. I'm kind of fuzzy on the time link, but I do know it's very short. And, that's what he needs. He needs to figure out how to condense all this bullshit he's saying down to an elevator pitch, and then he'll be all right. Honey, because people just eyes be glazing over, and I'm so overly dramatic. Oh, I have to tell y'all about this. Okay. I had this boss, and he was retired. Well, not retired, he was leaving, right? So I gave like this little going away party for him. People pitched in, and for me to buy everything. And I cooked all the food and everything. Okay, so these politicians that had worked with him came to the going away party. And so everybody was taking turns, saying a few words about, how they knew him and what kind of, benefit he brought to their life or what, just general funny stuff, right? Roasting kind of stuff. This politician dude gets up there and he was going on and on, probably like your boyfriend, on and talking about, this politician and more. He started turning it into a platform and stuff. You know what Deb did? Everybody was like dying on the vine, just sitting there, leaning back and rolling eyes. Dude was just talking. So I waited till he looked at me and I went like this. And he said, oh, and I guess I'm going to stop talking now. And I was like, good. I minced no words. My boss was embarrassed. He was so embarrassed. Why did you do that? I said, because he was talking too long and I was getting sick of hearing him. And so was everybody else. But that's how I am. I'm the same everywhere. It doesn't matter where I am. If there's something you're doing that's stupid and fucked up, I'm going to tell you that it's stupid and fucked up. And I've been like that since I was a little kid. So I see no reason to start now. And I told my auntie that she was stinky and she needed to take a bath. And I was 4. But that's who I am. I'm going to just tell you. So you're very polite, because if this was my boyfriend, I would have said, you just a windbag. Nobody want to hear all that bullshit you talking. Why don't you just learn to just shut up sometime and say, oh, I just have a job. That's all they care about, that you're not some dusty bum. It's like, it wasn't even a juggler. I just wanted him to shut up. I just wanted him to stop talking. He was just going on like it was a platform, like it was some kind of political convention or something. He was giving a speech. I'm thinking, motherfucker, stop talking. This ain't about you. So, I was getting that Leo thing, that lion pacing kind of thing where we get restless. I was getting like that, and I was walking around in circles until I caught his eye, and then I did like that and did the timeout thing. And then he stopped. Yes, I did. My boss couldn't believe it either. He could not believe. Everybody in the room kind of went, all the fellow employees. But my boss was just like, he was embarrassed. I was not bothered. Maybe I didn't have enough sense to be embarrassed, but whatever. It happened. Can't take it back. Let's move on to question number 3. This is a young lady in the 22 to 27 age group. She's a Latina, from San Diego, California. I am really confused about how to handle this hot mess. I saw a good friend of mine's boyfriend on a dating app. Oh shit. Auntie, they have been dating for almost 3 years. This friend of mine is very close to me and they have been having a rocky relationship lately, but things have been going okay and pretty well, and she's hoping to marry him. I want to tell her what I saw, but at the same time, I'm not sure if he's active on the app, but I do know that he had to have made it within the last year. Okay, because you on there, so you would know, right? That's that's a good point, so you have an idea. Should I tell her, or should I throw hints and let her find out on her own? I took screenshots for proof. I know I would want to know if it were me, but I feel like the timing of this is awful, considering that they've been getting along and repairing their relationship. I don't care what they've been getting along and doing. The fact is, he's still out there fishing, and he might be doing something with some other women that could put your friend's life or physical health at risk, because he dipping. And most of them don't have sense enough to use any kind of like protection. So they just be dipping with all these different people and bringing home various and sundry bacteria. If this were my friend, I would say, girl, I saw this. Do it what you please, like that. I would do it like that, and I would send her the link to it so she could just click it and go and see herself. That's what I would do. Now, she might decide that she don't care. She might decide that he's gonna fill her head and say, "Oh, that's old. I'm not doing that anymore. That's what I did when we broke up, this and that." And it might be true, and he just never took it down. But the fact that he never took it down is very telling too. So either way, she should know, and so that she can make an informed decision. Like I'm saying, you don't expect her to leave him, because if she's thinking about marrying him, chances of that are very slim. She's gonna go to him hoping that he lies to her, and of course he's going to, because he don't feel like dealing with the drama and the hot messiness. So he's gonna tell a tale, and she's gonna lap it up because that's what she wants. He's gonna tell her what she wants to hear. So don't tell her with the expectation that she's gonna take any kind of decisive action and cut him off. Your role here is that you want to give her the information she needs to make a fully informed decision. That's it. That's your sole role. Whatever she does with the information, that's going to be on her, because she's grown. She can't never say that she didn't know. Okay? That's the important part. And she might be mad, she might blame you. You just never know how this is going to go. But if it's going to bother your conscience like it would mine, I would feel like I was doing it's supposed to be my friend, that I was doing her dirty by not telling her something that's that important. And then, whatever she want to do with it, that's on her. Okay, let's move on to question number 4. This is a young lady in the 22 to 27 age group. She's Asian, from Calgary, Canada. The male in question is 28 to 34, and he's Asian too. Long story short, I moved out of my boyfriend's parents' house where we were living because I was uncomfortable with the way the parents made me feel, and also I felt like a burden for living in their house. Granted, they were good to me, and I'll always be so, so thankful that they allowed me to live with them. On top of that, for the past few months, my boyfriend has been making me feel brushed aside, like my feelings are too negative and dramatic for him, and he said things that really have hurt me. So one day I reached my breaking point and I moved out. I didn't want to break up, but he broke up with me because he felt like I betrayed him by moving out. After I moved out, he would text and call and tell me to never speak to him again, but then text and call again. We spent a whole week of arguing every day, trying to get over the other person, to understand each other's side, but not being able to really understand each other's side. One day we finally didn't argue, and I heard what the other one had to say. We both apologized, and he acted like he was truly sorry for the way he had treated me. He wants me to move back in, but his mom hates me. Every time we're on the phone, he likes to remind me of what I did. I can still feel his anger and resentment. Mm. It's like he's trying to punish me, and it's like he's now making it seem like I was the problem, and he really didn't do anything wrong. He confessed that he kept calling me a stupid bee. Oh, to his best friend. I can only imagine what else he said. I never said anything bad to my friends after the breakup like that. He said he doesn't see the same future for us like he once did, but wants to give this a second chance. He even doesn't really want to say it, I love you back. We were together for a year and some change. How can he be so hurtful? I want to move forward and grow as people who've made mistakes but still love each other and want to change for the better. I don't want solutions to break up, but I would like some mature advice, please. Girl, what part of you already broken up do you not get? You said that earlier in the letter. You didn't break, but he broke up with you. Okay, so you all broke up. That's what that means. You ain't a couple no more. So you talking about you don't want solutions for that. There's no discussion about it. He's not your boyfriend no more. Now he's talking about moving back in. But you have enough sense to pick up on what the game is here. You said right here, it's like he's trying to punish me, and it's like he's now trying to make it seem like I was the problem and he didn't do anything wrong. That is why you never go back to somebody you break up with. Especially if they break up with you, you really never go back. Now, if you broke up with them and you reconsider and you think, oh no, well maybe I was a little hasty, I was in a bad mood that day, and they take you back, well that might be one thing. But in either case, let me tell you what you risk. When people feel that you have injured them, which he feels like you did since you didn't want to take his shit anymore and you moved out, he's gonna get you back. He's going to get you back in that house under his thumb in the guise of a relationship, and he is going to work you like you have never been worked before. That's what always happens. So your best bet when you moved out, you should have blocked him. So he couldn't be calling you. And all this hot mess drama that you had for the past week, arguing with him every day and all those stupid shit, waste of time, wasted energy. You say to here you want to change for the better and grow and all that kind of stuff. You're not going to do that as long as you stay in this pile of shit that you have with this man. You have to let him go. Okay, his parents don't like you. He don't like you at this point, and you don't seem to really like yourself too much to even be considering going back into this hellhole. There's no way in this world he couldn't even talk to me. Ah, and then you're gonna let him just call you stupid B and tell you he called you a stupid B, and you thinking about going back with him? Have you lost your mind? This man does not have you in any kind of regard. Nobody in his family respects you. If you went back there, you would be the biggest idiot in Canada. Now, I hope you understand my point of view here. Question number 5. This is the young lady in the 42 to 49 age. Well, I guess she ain't that young now. 42 to 49 age group. She's white. She's a Leo, and she's from Henderson. The male in question is 42 to 49 Native American, and he is an Aquarius. Hi, Deb. I love your show, and I watch religiously. I don't know how to handle my husband who has an issue with alcohol. We met a year and a half ago and got married 3 months after meeting. Oh, okay. Like, what made you do that? Okay, let's move on. Okay. Where did I leave off? I lost my place. Okay, he's in Missouri and I'm in Nevada. Everything has been wonderful until he starts drinking. He has a history of it. He claims that when we are together, he's on parole and can't leave the state he's in. Girl, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, let's keep going. He feels depressed that we aren't together, and that causes him to drink. He is not nice when he's drunk, and he's very unreasonable. He got a DUI last week and maybe going back to prison. I love this man, but I can't stop thinking about what my life would look like when we do eventually live together. Do I stay with him? I know people make mistakes, but is this a bad choice to stay with him? I have never had the experience of being with someone who has been in prison or dealt with alcoholism. Thank you for reading this letter. Yes, you can thank Candace for choosing this. I'm going to say 2 things. Number 1, stop being stupid. You talking about you love him, you better love yourself. The second thing is he's a drunk and a felon. Okay, he's just at the bottom of society. Okay, that bottom rung. I don't know what you married him so fast for. You didn't know this man at all. At all. In different states and stuff? No. No, you don't stay with him. As soon as he goes back to jail, that's your get out of jail card free. Because what you do is, see, if they go to jail and you still with them, you in jail too. Because you can't do nothing. Because they're gonna be calling you and running up. You got to pay them collect calls or put money on his books and all this other stuff here. Because you're the wife. So the second he gets sentenced, you file for divorce. Depending on, I guess you've been married about a year, huh? You said you met a year and a half ago, got married 3 months. Okay, yeah, you've been married a little over a year. So you probably can't get an annulment, but you're in Nevada, file for divorce. And then that could be his Christmas present. This is a very, I don't know what you were thinking. How did you choose this man? Out of all the men that you could have chose, you chose a criminal, drunk felon to put into your life. What were you doing? That's why I say you better love yourself, because a woman who thought highly of herself would have never, this guy couldn't smell her fart. He would be so far off her radar. So I have to, get you to think about that. If you having trouble dealing with the alcoholism part and your role in that, look around for Al-Anon. Those are for the children and spouses and other family members of alcoholics. That might be helpful for you. But, start talking to whoever you need to talk to file for divorce. Question number 6, female, 22 to 27. She's black in Dallas, Texas. The male in question is 28 to 34 age group, and he's white. Okay, this ought to be interesting in Texas. Yes, thank you, you guys. It's a reminder, if you got a letter in here, be sure to remember to check this chat, because they got some comments for you too. Okay, let's finish. Let's do her letter. So me and my boyfriend are engineers and we're in the same field. He was extremely supportive and encouraging throughout our relationship. He is much more successful and more senior than me, but I'm several years younger. I am certain he does not hate women in engineering. There's lots of women he thinks are brilliant, and he has a lot of respect for them. But I recently got a promotion at my job, and he's become incredibly distant. I feel like I'm being brushed off constantly. He's been making a lot of backhanded compliments about my skills, all that nagging crap, and subtly pointing out my flaws. The criticism is delivered in a very kind and polite way, but somehow leaves me feeling depressed and awful, so much so that it's affecting my work. His comments have a lot of merit, but at the same time, something feels wrong. Everyone at work tells me how awesome, talented, and clever I am. He's the only one who tells me I need improvement. I don't think he believes I'm good at my job, but this is just my impression. Envy is out of character for him. I fell in love with my partner because of how kind he is. It's very hard for me to believe that he could be the type of person who would be insecure and petty enough to be envious. But I've noticed that when I do things extremely well, he doesn't say anything encouraging and supportive. Also, he keeps attributing my success to external factors like EEOC laws or luck. It hurts so much and it's hard to deal with him. I'm 100% certain he doesn't hate women, but maybe there's something different if I'm his partner. Girl, there's so much at play here, you know. And okay, listen to me carefully, and everybody don't get in your feelings, my non-black viewers. I'm gonna be real, because I lived in Texas for 5 years, and I'm gonna tell you something about those men down there. Okay, they have, even though he might be okay with having a black girlfriend, black wife, whatever. The mentality though is already that men think they're better than women. Okay, and then you in the Bible Belt where they really, they feel like they have God and Jesus as they wingmen backing them up. Okay, so you're dealing with that part too. So they're already men. Then you got these white men, and then you got that you're a black woman. So no matter what you do, you're never going to be, in his eyes, you can't be better than him, because he's a white male and he's at the top of the pecking order. That's his mentality. Now, he might not even be ready to acknowledge that. That's what a lot of people, what they call microaggressions. If you really talk to the people that are doing those kind of things, they don't see themselves as racist. And they're horrified. They're genuinely horrified that their words are taken and that their words are racist. They don't mean it to be, but they haven't really given enough thought to the fact that you can't say those kind of things to a person of color. You just can't do it. You cannot be telling a black woman who's went to school and got the same goddamn degree you got, the same certification from the state that you have, that she's only got her job because of EEOC laws. That's beyond microaggression. That's just straight aggression. So he's not giving you any credit for all the years you spent of studying and striving and being you doing everything you needed to do to excel and achieve. He's not giving you no credit for that. All that just magically happened because you're a black woman and EEOC did it for you. See, that's the racist part. They don't want to give you credit. So what I'm going to suggest that you do is the very next time you got to stop listening to this because it's affecting you. Let me go back to what you said. Okay. Oh wait, here it is. Okay. Before he was supporting her. Okay. But now once you got this promotion, he's been making a lot of backhanded compliments and pointing out your flaws. Okay. The very next time he does it, you say, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. If I want your goddamn opinion, I'll ask you for it. I'm sick of you picking at me and trying to make me feel bad. It's not going to work. Because you don't feel good about the fact that I got a promotion and you didn't. That's just your problem to deal with. That's your ego and your issue. Don't try to put that shit on me. Now, he's going to be shocked and appalled and have a Pikachu face because you just called him out on his shit. And then, of course, he's going to deny it. No, no, I was just being helpful. Well, I don't think it's being helpful. It's not helping me. How the fuck is that helping me? It's not. It's making you just trying to do something so you feel better. The only person that's helping here is you. Because your ego got a little dented. Because how dare a woman excel over you, especially a black woman, with you a black man in the United States, I mean a white man in the United States feeling like you just at the top of the totem pole. And how dare some woman, especially a black one, come along and beat you out at your own game. That's what's really at work and your ego took a hit. So, you just blast his ass and then let him stew in his juices for a day or two. And if he can't come back from that and act like he got some goddamn sense and apologize, break up with him. Because one thing you don't need is somebody in your life who's going to be raining on your parade. You need somebody in your corner. If he's not going to be in your corner, then fuck him. And also, don't date somebody in the same field. Like two lawyers shouldn't date. Lawyer and doctor, lawyer, engineer. Engineer, doctor, engineer, banker, engineer, sole proprietor. I mean, whatever. Two engineers don't belong together. Okay, that was a mistake too. I forgot to say that part. So, you need it's time to check his ass. And like I said, a lot of I'm not saying that this is overt. I'm saying these are some things that are so deeply ingrained in him as a white man in Texas that he's probably never even thought about them. But you gonna help him think about them. Okay, that's what you gonna do. I helped a whole bunch of white folks think about stuff when I was in Texas. I'm sure they had a parade when I left. Because they was like, oh my God, is that little California gal up out of here? They used to call me a gal. And I would call them a bitch and motherfucker and all kind of other stuff that I won't say. But yeah, man, me in Texas, it's not a match. So yeah, I met too many men just like him. Women too. Okay, question number 7. Male, 18 to 21. He's mixed race and in London. I need help figuring out how I can deal with my guy friends. When I ask them for relationship advice, they're the same age as me. We're all 20, but they love to bash women, saying how they don't like nice guys and go for the bad ones, and that they're all just used up if they do one night stands or something called a hot girl summer. You put a bunch of question marks. It's like they're viewing women as a product. I just want advice on how to approach women that I find very beautiful and attractive, and they tell me I would be an asshole to them, that I should be an asshole to them. Oh, wow. But I was not raised like that, Deb, and I would not want to humiliate my mother or father having them see me talking to other human beings in that way. How can I deal with these types of friends, and how can I ask a beautiful woman for her number? Dude, you just ask too many questions in one letter. What you're going to do with these friends is just stop asking them advice. What I would suggest, since you have mothers and sisters and whatnot, that you stop being friends with guys like this. You don't want to bring them around your family. Your morals and values are very different from these people that you call your friends. Now, it's going to be hard to just cut them just, dry like that. But all you have to do is get yourself a new job or something. So you got to have some excuse why you can't hang out with them anymore because you're going to be too busy. You feel me? You're going to be too busy. Your friends are trash. Your friends are losers. At least you're trying to figure out a way to not be one. But if you keep hanging around with them, birds of a feather flock together kind of mentality. As far as how you could approach a woman, you don't give really much information, but you just walking down the street and you just want to roll up on somebody and start hollering at her. Only hood rats do that. Men of low class. You don't follow women down the street trying to get their number. That's trashy. What you do is you go places where there are women and they're there for that purpose. Pubs, bars, events, social events, parties, I don't know, street festivals. Well, I don't know what they have in the UK, but they have that kind of stuff here. Music, concerts, in the parks and stuff. They have nighttime movies that they have in the drive-in. In the park they put a big screen up and they show like a drive-in, except you're on the grass on your blanket. Look around for stuff like that if there's any clubs and stuff like that. But I don't recommend just walking up to random women and just trying to shoot your shot. That's so hood, and it irritates the fuck out of women. And for some women who have been assaulted, it scares them. So that's very risky. And guys, they get all in their feelings, like, well, these they don't want to talk to you. She's not obligated to talk to you. You ain't paying her. Okay, talking to you is not benefiting her in the least. She ain't getting no money. She ain't getting no promotion. She's not getting a job. She's no benefit to her to talk to your raggedy ass on the street. And that's the part that men don't seem to get. Nobody cares about you. They don't know you from a hole in the ground. Okay? Your feelings and what you want from her is irrelevant in her world. And plus, you don't know what's going on with her anyway. She might already have a man, be engaged, have a husband, be on her just going on her way to a funeral. Just came from a funeral. You don't know nothing about these women that you have all these expectations of that are complete strangers. Leave women on the street alone and do something social, like I said. Go to an event where women are there to meet men, and then you shoot your shot there. Yeah, you get annoyed. Yeah, you get annoyed. And that's the thing. They just feel they have this entitlement, like you just are obligated to talk to them. So, here in Oakland, we don't do that. When they kind of talk shit to us, they get cussed out. That's what happens here. I don't know what they do in other parts of the country. But, here it's not this. You don't do that. The best they can get away with is that you used to say that, hi, Miss Lady. But, the girls just ignore them and roll their eyes or something or say, fuck you back. And then the dudes just keep it moving. Girls in Oakland are savage. So that's why that I wouldn't recommend that. Okay, let's move on to question number 8. This is a woman, 28 to 34 age group. She's a Virgo from Cleveland, Ohio. And the male in question, same age group, 28 to 34. He is a Cancer. My husband threw a temper tantrum last night. Oh. We had a family event to attend, and my family specifically asked me to bring my husband. They know he never shows up to anything. I told him a week in advance, and despite not wanting to go, he still agreed. Then yesterday, all day, he kept complaining about not wanting to go. 30 minutes before we were supposed to leave, he kept insisting he was going to wear the same outfit he had been in all day. The pants are old, discolored, and torn, and an undershirt. I told him that wasn't an appropriate outfit, and he can't wear the same outfit to everything. Work, home, and errands. He got really upset, and we got into a fight. He said that I was controlling him, that I was a B word. Oh. Then he stormed out of the house and drove off. I waited 20 minutes, and he never came back. So I ended up going by myself, and I made an excuse for him. This is the 4th consecutive event he didn't show up to. He didn't talk to me when I came home last night and still isn't talking to me. I feel extremely disrespected and don't think I should be called a B for asking him to change his outfit. What should I do? You should shut the fuck up. That's what you should do. Let me tell you something here. Obviously, he don't want to go. You knew that when you told him your family wanted it. He ain't been to nothing else, so why would you magically think he wanted to go and be bored with your family now? Nobody likes your family but you. Okay, let's just start there. The second thing is, if he wanted to go looking like he just was a homeless person from the encampment, let him. The only one who would be embarrassed is him. Why are you tripping and trying to command him around like he's 2 years old? That's why he left, because you are trying to control him. If he wants to go wherever he wants to go looking like an idiot, you just say, okay, you just don't look like one. And when you get to wherever it is you're going, you separate from him so that it looks like you don't know. You don't know. I don't know this fool. He followed me in the door. He was walking up and down the street. I mean, I wouldn't be bothered. I don't know. I just never was bothered about where the men I was with wanted to go if they wanted to go with me. Usually they want to go with you and you don't want them to. That's when I would really get irritated. Oh, well, can I come? No. Why not? You never want to bring me nowhere. And I'm like, no, you're right. I don't. I don't know, lady. I'm thinking a lot of this you brought on yourself. He doesn't want to go. If you like your husband at home and y'all get along, then fine, just enjoy him at home. Get you a side piece and go out on your dates with. What do you want from me? I never told you that my advice was always intelligent. But I mean, if that's that important to you, just, find you somebody to hang out with while he sits at home in his dirty undershirt and clothes that he's worn for 2 days. I just I give options here. That's all I do. I never said that they're always, the classiest or the best, but it is a choice that you could make if this is important to you. Or you could just get a divorce and get you a husband that's, the full package. You could do that too. Question number 9, female in the 22 to 27 age group. She's white from Tulsa, Oklahoma. The male is 22 to 27 and he's black. Oh, this ought to be interesting. So I was joking about dyeing my dark brown hair ginger red. I found an Instagram filter that makes you look like a redhead. I sent my boyfriend a photo using the filter, saying that it looks fun. I'm not planning to dye my hair. I'm happy with my natural brown/gold highlighted hair. He responded by telling me that it doesn't suit me. I was not mad because everyone has a right to their own opinion, but then he told me later that he wouldn't be attracted to me anymore and that he would break up with me if I looked like that. I was so mad and so disappointed. I cried and I felt like I should leave him first. I love him so much. He's an amazing boyfriend in every other aspect of our relationship. But this hurt me. Like hell. Are you my boyfriend just because I have nice hair? He said, of course not. But he sees nothing wrong with what he said. Do you have any advice what to do and what to tell him? I told him that sounds very wrong and very rude, but he thinks it's okay. He doesn't care if I'm fat or skinny, if I have acne or not, if I have body hair or not. So I don't get it. Why would he leave me if I dyed my hair? I love him no matter what, even if he puts on some ugly clothes or has had a bad haircut. I don't fucking care about those stuff. But it seems like he does. I am so sad. Girl, don't get sad. Get you some of them temporary rinse. What they used to have it, they used to call it cellophanes when black women would go on your hair when it was relaxed. They called it a cellophane. It is set on the top of your hair and it added like red or purple or whatever color highlights to your hair. And after, so many weeks of washing your hair, it would be gone. It would be, off. Oh, no, I don't want her to drop him yet. I want her to do this first. I want her, because she loves him, and so she needs to test him. This is the test. That's why I say you're going to use a temporary hair color, the kind that washes out after so many washes. And you're going to dye your hair red. You're going to use that color, and you're going to make it that way anyway. But it'll be temporary, but he won't know that. You're not going to tell him that. It'll last, about a month? Who does that kind of stuff to their hair? I don't know the first thing about it. I only know what I see on the commercial. But you're going to do that. And then you're going to show up with your red hair and see what he does. And then this will be a good opportunity for you to say, see, this is what, you don't tell me what to do with my hair and my body. It's my choice. If I like my hair red, I might want it purple next week. Blue, green, yellow, polka dots. I don't care, rainbow, bright hair. I don't know what you want to do with your hair, but it's your hair. Now, if that's something that he doesn't like, then he's free to leave. But this is, I think, a test that you need to do because you're sitting there, you're trying to wrap your mind around what he said to you and how dejected you feel and how judged and condemned you feel, like you're just a trophy or something. And I totally get I know what you're feeling, but I want you to do it this way, okay? Then based on what he says to you, then you leave him. And I think you'll feel okay about it then. Right now, you feel like, well, did he really mean it? Is he just saying that? And that's why you need to test him. So do the temporary rinse, make your hair red, and then see what he does. Oh, honey, yes, I'm talking raggedy and red. I would fuck him up. Put freckles on me and every goddamn thing. This little nignog, he got his nerve. Yeah, but do that, okay? Do it. I'm plotting for you. Real simple. And you get to see everything you need to see, and then it'll be all gone in 6 weeks, including the 200 pounds that he weighs. Question number 10. This is a young lady in the 28 to 34 age group from Fort Wayne, Indiana. The male is a 28 to 34 age group as well. Okay. I am 28 and I started seeing this 30-year-old guy about 2 months ago. We don't have any labels, but neither of us are seeing other people. He's an extremely sweet and understanding guy. When we meet, things are great. I feel like we connect and he's always been respectful of my choices. We haven't had eggplant yet as we met very few times and I'm not ready. He's told me multiple times that he wants me and that he feels a strong vibe between us. I believe him as I'm getting a strong gut feeling that he's into me. The problem is that he's been unhappy with his job and life in general, and due to that, he couldn't give me much time. He's working from home as well when he gets home from the office. He has always complained about it, but until about 2 weeks ago, then things got worse. I complained about him not putting in any effort, and he agreed and apologized, saying it was on him and that he doesn't want to keep me hanging like this. Oh. I asked if it was over, and he said he doesn't want it to end it, but it's not, and it's not in a place to make it work. Oh, look at Mr. Mumbly Peg Mouth. I sort of ended things saying I just can't beg for bare minimum all the time, and he just apologized, saying I had every right to be angry. Oh, he's good. He said he wants to talk to me, but is not in the right frame of mind, so he'll talk once he's in the right headspace. This was around 10 days ago and still no message. I decided to give him space and time so I didn't message as well. How long should I wait? I really don't mind waiting if he's genuinely not in the right space, but I also don't want to be taken for granted. Girl, you stupid. The man done already told you he's done with you because you didn't give him no nook. Okay? You don't get it, but that's what's happening here. And him talking about, oh, my job and this and that is keeping me from doing all that stuff. That job is called a bitch, okay? Or 2 or 3. That's what that is. So he's moved on. You need to do the same. His very, very cool and very practiced and smooth way of dumping you by taking all the blame. That's the typical, what we call the it's not you, it's me, way of exiting. He pulled that one on you. You didn't get it though. For you to be the age that you are, I'm kind of surprised that you don't know this game. But that's what that is. It was a it's not you, it's me game. And he hummed it out. Okay, he gone. He eased out. So what you need to do is go on your phone and block his number so that whenever he gets around to his headspace thing, 6, 8, 10 months from now, after he runs through all the other women that he ran that game on and cycles back for round 2, he won't be able to involve you in it. Make sure you block him on all your social media, and if you met him on one of them swipey things, make sure you block him over there too. Yeah, it is a classic, but isn't it interesting how many women don't know it? Oh, wait, that's right, Michelle. That's my new term. You, they don't get it. They don't understand what's happening because she's talking about I'm awake. What you waiting on? You barely know this clown. You act like you've been talking to 2 years and he went away to the service and you're gonna marry him when he gets back from his first leave after basic training or something. I'm confused. Because as soon as I felt like he wasn't giving me the time and attention I wanted, he wouldn't have had to tell me, give me the speech, because he would have already tried to call me and got Mr. Click. I don't want to hear from you. I don't have time to waste with you. My goodness. Okay, question number 11. This is a young lady in the 28 to 34 age group. She's black from New Jersey. Hello, Miss Candace and Auntie Deb. I was wondering if there are good general places to meet decent men who aren't crazy or potheads. I'm a reserved type who likes art, food, books, and games. But outside of places that revolve around those things, what's good? Why are you asking me this? Don't you think if I knew that, I would be there myself? You do realize I'm single again, too, right? There's no such animal. You can meet a decent dude anywhere. On a commuter bus, I don't know, one of the vendors at your job. It works down the hall from you. It's a lunch counter at the cafeteria, at the Chinese restaurant. I mean, I've met dudes everywhere. Grocery store. That was a real popular place when I lived in the suburbs. Everybody be in the grocery store. I met all kind of dudes in the grocery store. I met this one white dude. He gave me all kinds of free meat. He's like, "Oh, you're beautiful." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Oh, are you gonna buy some meat?" I said, I wasn't going to, but I said yes. So he's like, "What do you want?" So I'm thinking. So I told him a bunch of stuff I wanted. So honey, he went back there and changed them price tags and them labels. So I got about $200 worth of meat for $50. I was like, "Oh, this is better than getting meat from the booster," because it was fresh. And so I went on to the clerk and paid my money. He's like, "Well, can I get your number?" I'm like, "I don't think that's a good idea." But I already had to meet my cart by then, so deuces, baby. I don't know, but yeah, I just look and see if they have some ideas. I don't know what to tell you, because I just there's dudes, you can meet dudes everywhere. They're gonna be varying quality, but you want a decent man who's not crazy or pothead. I can't guarantee that. How would I guarantee that? Where are you anyway? Somewhere in New Jersey. I've never been to New Jersey. I don't know nothing about the men in New Jersey. I don't know nothing about the terrain in New Jersey. I don't know nothing about where you could go in New Jersey. I know nothing about New Jersey except how to spell it and where it is on a map. So maybe some of them, are in that area. They might know. You guys are a bad influence. This is too funny. Like, you better work. I know I had on this little backless sundress that day too, and some high heel sandals. I admit I was looking quite cute. And he came off from behind the meat rack and stuff and was chasing me down the aisle. I was like, what is my dress tucked in my underwear or something? I mean, the way he was chasing me, I was a little bit nervous. This was many years ago, so I was younger and cuter than I am now. Let's move on. I'm just going down memory lane. Yeah, that dress was cute. I hated when I had to get rid of it because it got too worn out. Question number 12, male in the 18 to 21 age group from Corpus Christi, Texas. Hi, ladies. I need advice about how do I tell my girlfriend who misses me the minute we are apart for more than a day that I don't, quote, miss her when we are apart. Ooh, savage. I love it. I say miss in quotes because I don't miss her or anyone for that matter in the traditional sense of longing for that person to be with me. I, of course, love the time we spend together, but I'm completely okay with her not being there, too. Oh, you sound like my twin. I have wanted to tell her this forever, but I know she won't take it well at all. And I know it will likely hurt things in our relationship, but I just can't keep hiding it from her. What do you think? I think you need to learn how to shut your goddamn mouth. That's what I think. Why would you tell her that? You don't have to tell her that. The fact that you don't miss anybody is a secret you should take to your grave. You know what, it makes you sound like a sociopath. Ooh, am I one? But anyway, no, I miss people, but just usually not men too much. But no, I missed you guys when I was gone all the months. But I'm kind of like that myself. But to think that you need to tell somebody that and just like totally dog them out, you don't need to do that. Keep that to yourself, okay? Now let's just run through this. Let's practice this. She's like, "Oh my God, I miss you so much. That's so sweet, baby. I was thinking about you too." Now, is that saying that you miss her? No. It's saying that you were thinking about it, which you probably did. As soon as the phone rang and you saw the caller ID, you're like, "Oh yeah, that's that girl that I date." Okay, so you're not lying. That's what you want. You want to give the sweetened version of the truth. Okay, you don't want to lie to her, but you don't need to knock the wind out of her, and pin her to the mat with your truth. Okay? Keep that to yourself, sir. You're doing too much. You know, if she calls, oh, I miss you so much. It's like, well, let's remedy that. When do you want to get together? Do you see my approach here? You're acknowledging her feelings. That's all she wants. She wants you to acknowledge the fact that she misses you. She wants empathy with her feelings, and then you take it from there. You don't need to go mouthing off and saying all this cruel stuff that you want to say. Oh, it's like, I just feel like I need to tell her. No, you don't. As a man, you need to learn there's certain things you don't say to women. Okay, certain things you don't say to women in general, and certain things you really don't say to your girlfriend or wife. You need to learn that lesson real quick, because you about to really fuck up. Anything that's gonna hurt her, you don't say it to her. You do the diversionary tactic, like I just gave you examples of. That's how you handle it. Okay, I hope that's clear. Practice that. Think of some examples, some things you could say. Yeah, I was like, oh, honey, I really miss you. I was just thinking, missing you. I was okay. Well, let's get together. Let's go bowling. Let's go just now. So you didn't have to say that you don't miss her. You just divert her attention to make her have something to look forward to. Okay, that's how you do that. And then she's gonna think you're the best boyfriend ever, and I will have saved your relationship from your big mouth. Question number 13, female, 18 to 21. She's black. She's from St. Petersburg, Florida. I am 19, and I've been talking to a 21-year-old guy who I met through a mutual friend for about 6 months ago. When we first met in person, we got on really well. I hardly spoke to anyone else, including my actual friends, for the whole 3 days that we were there. It felt quite flirty, and other people commented on it too, saying that we couldn't seem to stay away from each other. It was weird for me because I find it really hard to talk to new people. We got each other's numbers and carried on talking a lot, and it seemed like a flirty conversation for a few months. We were busy with uni and college, so couldn't meet up again. He then got really ill and disappeared for a few weeks. Oh, I bet he did. Hardly any contact, which was fine. I knew he was sick and struggling. When he came back, we still spoke a lot, but it seems different, more like just friends now. I'm confused. How do I find out if he's still interested or not? What about what he's doing makes you imagine that he's still interested? Let's start there. You're asking a question that you already have the answer to. First of all, let's rewind from the fact that you was busy with college and uni and you couldn't meet up again and months went by. Don't you think he met somebody else in all that time? Don't you think during the time when he was, quote, sick, he was getting busy and dealing with her? You were not available because he was busy. I mean, I'm not faulting you with being busy. That's what people do, be busy at your age and, going to school and trying to get the career launched and all this kind of stuff. That's what you're supposed to be doing. But to think that some dude that you only met over a 3-day event is gonna just, hold himself still for you when you guys aren't dating, you're not his woman, there's no commitment here, is very kind of interesting thinking, and I want you to check yourself. Okay? You have great expectations of this dude that were totally out of place. You met him. That's it. You all had fun and flirted. That's it. You know how many men you're gonna do that with in the course of your lifetime? I've lost track. I just want to go up and down the street, especially when I was in Puerto Rico. Oh my God, I was flirting with everybody. Each dude was finer than the one before. I almost lost my mind. I just had whiplash and shit. Couldn't sleep. Looking out the window, it was just fine, just fine. It was just ridiculous. So I don't know what to tell you. You'll meet a lot of men that you have that kind of connection with. Sometimes you'll date them, and most times you won't. It's just how it is. Hunty. And then I told y'all my story about my little sailor that I met in Hawaii. I don't know. When I was young, I didn't, no moss gathered on me. I would put it that way. I did what I wanted to do. So I would never be one of them old women sitting in my rocking chair talking about, oh, I wish I coulda, shoulda, woulda. I'll be like, yeah, let me tell you about that time I did. That's going to be me. So anyway, yeah, just don't worry about this dude. He's in the wind. Question number 14, female 22 to 27. She's African American from Yonkers, New York. The female that she's writing about, same age group, from Atlanta. I am still mad and struggling to forgive a friend who I feel belittles me. How do I move past this, Deb? A friend from where I grew up recently came to visit me in Atlanta. I don't know, wait, who's in Atlanta? I'm sorry, I'm messing up. Oh, you're in Yonkers and she's from Atlanta. Okay. Throughout the time, I saw a different side of her that I'm not sure I like. The first day she came, she berated me for not properly calling an Uber. I was so confused because it wasn't my fault. She did apologize the next day, but used the excuse of being tired from the flight. Okay, so I let it go, but after that, I just felt so much disrespected. I wished that she would leave early. With that, throughout the week, she would criticize me for my interests and correct me on things. I don't mind critique, but it was the way she was saying things to me, as if I was some messy, petulant child that she had to scold. On top of that, I found a post on her SM which insinuated that I was copying her, which irked me because I specifically remember her picking out a dress to go out, and I was like, oh my God, I have something similar. And she goes, oh, you have to wear it. And I was like, we match. After that, she posted the copying comment. Oh, so you got set up, I see. Anyway, a week after she left, I was distant with her. Then after I thought through things, I sent her a message letting her know all this. I debated heavily on not ever speaking to her again. She quite humbly admitted that she had effed up. She apologized and everything. However, I am still very angry at her. For some background, I didn't have the best friendships. I had a friend who bullied me for years. Okay, I don't care about all that. We're talking about her right now. This friend I truly thought was amazing, but I got super triggered by her behavior and have trouble letting go. I don't trust her anymore. I don't think I can be the same with her. I appreciate her apology and it seems sincere, but I'm not trusting anymore. Okay, you already said that. It was red flags for me. I want to sincerely release an anger. You just dump her then. See, that's the thing about it. You in that age group, you know, I tell you about that age group, that 22 to 27 age group, where you shed friends like a snake skin. You're at that point. You've seen a side of her that shows that you two you don't have the same morals and values. And whether that is a same-sex friendship or a romantic partnership, you have to have the same outlook, the same viewpoint, the same ideas about how you treat other people with respect and courtesy and show up for people, that kind of stuff. That you have to be on the same page for that, for the friendship or the relationship to work. If there's any discrepancy, it's not going to work. So in this instance, you see how she is. She does these underhanded little digs, snarky stuff, and then want to apologize for it later. So what I would suggest is you tell her, I appreciate the fact that you apologize, but I feel like this friendship has run its course. The way that you talked to me when you were here was very negative, very upsetting, and I don't want to be bothered with it. I can't call somebody who talks to me like that a friend. So good luck. Let's say goodbye, good luck, and good riddance. Okay. That's what I would suggest. Question number 15. This is a female in the 35 to 41 age group. She's Caucasian from Greeley, Colorado. Oh. I am a midlife age 37 female, and I've dated a lot in my past and had a few short-term relationships. I have reached a point in life where I really don't want to have lots of men, have meaningless relationships. I've had plenty of those. I need a man that does not confuse me. Due to my sensitive nature and need to try and work things out until it drives me mad, I simply must have dealings with men who are clear. Well, good luck with that. The problem is there doesn't seem to be many like that. Yeah. I am interested in a man who I've enjoyed flirting with and chatting with as a friend for nearly a year in a group I'm in. We went on a date a few weeks ago. He didn't get in touch with me after. And when I saw him at the group, I mentioned that I hadn't heard from him and how was he. He said, I knew you were busy and you like your space. I think I knew you were busy really means I don't know if you like me and I was too scared to contact you because I don't want to look stupid like a fool. I don't really like men like this who are fearful, especially when I've been clear that I liked him on the date because I told him. And I think I will quickly lose attraction for him soon. We have another date arranged. He suggested a place, and I unfortunately had to fix the dates as I sent him a few dates when I was free and he never responded. Deb, I feel like I forced the date slightly, although he suggested it initially. How much time do you give these men? Another few days to show that they can take action, or what? I'm not the sort of woman who wants to chase a man. I thought I would do the second date and then take stock. I don't want to cut off a potentially good thing, but I'm losing patience. How are you figuring it's a good, potentially good thing when you had the one date and then he never reached out? When a man wants to see you again, he's going to reach out and ask you out again. When they really want to see you, they ask you out for the date number 2 on date before date number 1 ends, and then they ask you for date number 3 before date number 2 ends. Or after date 1, they start lining up dates that you can do from now to next week to next month because they want to tie up all your free time because he likes you that much. I know a friend, one of my clients, who she met a dude and that's what he did. He filled up her dance card, and next thing you know, he was popping out that ring, and they got married. And that was that. They were like in their 40s, and so he wanted to hurry up and have a kid before they got too old, and so they did. Yeah, she's not getting it. These women want to chase a guy. You said you feel like you forced it. You did, because how was he and stuff. That's where it should have ended. And you ask them how come you hadn't heard from him. That is a no. I don't know why women do that. Well, why haven't I? You didn't call me. Why didn't you? Okay, what do you want them to say? Because you a stupid bitch and I don't feel like dealing with your dumb ass no more. You did or said some shit that really turned me off and let me know how raggedy you are. I mean, what do you want them to say? Because that's the answer. But men are, most of them are too polite. They're not going to tell you the truth about yourself. It didn't work. Whatever it is, he's not going to tell you what you did or said that was a turn off. But he doesn't want to see you anymore. Just the same as on our end. If we ghost dudes, it's the same thing. We don't, whatever they did or said on the date, we don't want to deal with them anymore. Okay, so that's why he didn't call you. That's why he don't text you. That's why he never asked you out. I don't know why this is so hard for people to understand. Yeah, should I give him another chance to do what? Thank you, Michonne. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Are they seeing something that's not in this letter? Some kind of special eyes? I don't know. But you want to know how much time I give? I'm telling you what I do. I go out, okay? Sometimes they send you a text, make sure you got home safe or something like that. And then you don't hear from them again. I mean, that's polite. They just want to, check it. I mean, what you going to say? No? If you don't text back, what they going to assume to go look for you? I mean, I never understood the point of that. But, that's what they do. And so then, and then you don't hear from them again. I'm fine with that because I know what that means. That means that I was just too much. And I know you all know me. I don't have a problem with a dude thinking that because I know I'm hard to handle. I know I'm a lot. But, if he decides that's not what he wants to deal with, I don't hold no grudge. So, it's like that was what we had a nice time while we had it, and then that's the end of it. Or sometimes they'll text you, yeah, I had a great time, this and that. I'm going to reach out towards the end of the week and see if you got some time. We can get together again next weekend. Okay, then they do. Then we go out again if I like them. Otherwise, they'll say, oh, I'm busy. Sorry. I'm busy from now until hell freezes over. I'm just busy. But, it just depends. But you understand if a dude doesn't reach out to you, he's not interested in you. He's not even interested in trying to scam up some nook. He don't want nothing from you. Okay? So leave it alone. Question number 16. Female, 28 to 34. She's black, from Charleston, South Carolina. The male partner in question is in the 5 to 41 age group, also African American. I've been with my partner for 2 years, and I've recently moved into the house that he's lived in for the last 20 years. Oh. He's had a couple of relationships since living here, long before me. I have become obsessed with his past relationships, not one in particular, but with all of them. When he's out, I root through his house, oh my God, to find clues that he loved them more than he loved me. Wow. This is new. I found old cards, pictures. I don't think he's intentionally kept them. He just never throws stuff away. I found an old phone of his, and I charged and scrolled through the messages to see if he spoke to his ex-girlfriends the same way he speaks to me. I stalk his exes on Facebook, looking for clues that he loves them more than he loves me, or that they're more attractive than me. He tells me he loves me, that I'm beautiful all the time. He's a great partner, but I just can't shake this anxiety related to his past. Even we went on a trip recently and he made comments about different places he's been, nice restaurants, nice little towns abroad. All I could think of was that he was probably having an amazing time there with someone else, and with me, it wasn't as good. Wow. I know he isn't with him anymore. He's with me. But I just hate the thought that our relationship is just a carbon copy of all of his others. Has anyone else written to you who feels like this? Am I crazy? Honest advice valued here. Yes, I do recall one girl, who expressed, she wasn't going through stuff though, but she was a V and didn't have any experience in, intimate acts. And the dude that she got with and decided that she was in love with was community dick. Okay. Dude had been busy. And then he made the fatal mistake of telling her about it. So she was feeling all insecure and stuff, which would be normal under the circumstances because she don't have any experience, so she don't know what she's doing, and she knows she don't know what she's doing. And she knows he knows that she don't know what she's doing. So she was feeling really insecure. And so she was feeling like, how, what about the other people that do? Were they better than me and stuff? Of course, the answer to all those questions would be yes, because she has no experience. So that's the only letter that I recall ever in the history of my column getting like this. I could be wrong, but I don't remember. Now, you gonna keep doing this until he finds out that this is what you're doing and dumps your ass. That's where you headed, to the dumpster. There's no man in this world that's gonna be cool with this. Going and finding old phones and charging them up to scroll through them, you doing way too much at this point. I don't even know if this is curiosity. This is some kind of weird insecurity and anxiety. Curiosity is you might look through one or two things and look at their pictures or something. I mean, this is way past curiosity. I don't even have curiosity. I don't give a fuck, to tell you the truth. They have, boxes of stuff and drawers and stuff. I never go in people's drawers, medicine cabinets, nothing. I don't. They rummage through their bookcases, and I don't do that. I don't, because I don't care. Who was there before me, who's gonna be there after me. I don't really worry about those kind of things. I worry about what you're gonna do for me now. That's gonna either keep me here or have me putting you in the wind. What you doing? That's what I think about. Yeah, her self-esteem is in the toilet. That she's worried about. I mean, I can't even imagine how low her self-esteem is to be on this, going through all of this. On the trip with the dude right beside her, this is a carbon copy of their relationship. The only way that you could get away with that is to go back in time and start dating somebody when you're 12, and then you all never date nobody else. That's the only way this is going to happen. Other than that, every adult relationship that you have is going to have been, someone's going to have been there with this partner that you have before you got there. You need some couch time, girlfriend. That's what you need. A therapist. That's what you need. Go quickly. Question number 17, female, 28 to 34. She's black and from Virginia Beach, Virginia, writing about another female in the 28 to 34 age group. This is a hot mess and I need help now. Candace, please choose my letter. Oh. My best friend's husband and my husband are going out of town next weekend, August 27th to 28th. And we were talking about how fun it would be to have a sleepover like we did when we were kids. But Deb, she really has her heart set on hosting a sleepover at her house, but her house is really just too filthy to get comfortable in. There's animal urine and feces on the furniture, bed, and blankets. What? soiled food on the counters, can't see the floor for all the clothes and trash. The smell alone is enough to make it a very uncomfortable environment. I'm not being judgmental as she has a lot going on, and I have on several occasions helped her to get it manageable, only for it to end up in the state it's in again. I love her and I will happily visit, but I just would not be able to sleep and be comfortable overnight for the weekend. How do I suggest my place without her taking offense and asking follow-up questions? I don't want to lie, but I also don't want to injure or insult her. I wouldn't give a damn. She's right for the insulting, especially since she was polite and already helped her clean that fucking shit up. I would be like, ain't nobody coming to your nasty pee-filled shit on the furniture house. You tripping. Dog hair and dog shit everywhere? No, we're not doing that. You don't clean out and would not eat no food prepared in your kitchen. Them counters probably have life forms on them. We're not done to do that. Either you come to my house or we go to a hotel or a spa or something. We could do that. But I'm not coming to your house. That would be me. Again, I don't mince words. Yeah, I mean, you end up eating something at her house, girl. You end up in the hospital with some kind of kidney failure or something. What's that stuff they call? That stuff that gets in meat? And they, yeah. Shut up, Vanna. Sometimes Vanna say doo doo. I haven't heard that phrase in a long time. Oh my God. MRSA, but no, there's another one. E. coli. E. coli, that's what I was thinking. It's in the food, right? And you know, she got all that bacteria. She's going to be laying the food on the counter and then trying to season it and all that. Oh, hell to the no. And if her house is that nasty, even if she washed the dishes, she put them in a dish drain or something that's, no. I can't see anything. What about when you use the bathroom? No. Nope. And I don't know how you can even go over there to visit. I would never even go visit her house looking like that. Nope. All the nopes in the world. Yeah, all kind of stuff. And then it's like, no. I'm going to just stop talking because I'm trying to gross myself out. I get the icks real easy. Question number 18, female, 65 plus. She's black from South Bend, Indiana. I'm sure some will find my question quite amusing because I am 68 years old. Oh, I'm a widow and I was married for a very long time. But now I started dating again. Yes, at my age, LOL. I do desire to have a companion and to love and be loved. But here's my question. How do seniors date? I remember way back when I was dating with my husband, we went out constantly and had fun, probably multiple times a week. Then we got married and so our lives began. Here's what I've experienced now. I've been on numerous dates, nothing unusual there. But I found I couldn't tell my friends as they would make a big deal over it. So I stopped telling them. Now I met this wonderful gentleman. I no longer date others and neither does he. In the beginning, he took me out to dinner a few times. We both still work and will stop in June 2023. So he just comes over a couple of times a week. I fix a quick dinner. We chat and enjoy each other's company and so on. Now my friends are saying, why doesn't he take you out? Don't cook for him. Don't get him used to that. If they ask me to do something and I say I can't because I'm meeting, quote, Sam, not his real name, they think I shouldn't let him stop me from seeing my friends. And then they ask me afterwards, where did you go? If I tell them we just hung out at home, they have a fit. Am I doing something wrong? How does it work when you're older and dating? Seems like I'm not doing anything correct in their eyes. I'm trying to build a relationship with a man I really like a lot. He checks all the boxes of what I was looking for in a man. I really enjoy our time together. We're only going out about 2 months. We are getting serious about each other. I would love to remarry, and I think he would too, but we don't talk about it yet. I feel we are just going nice and slow. He does say that when we retire, we will have time to do this and that, visit here and there. But now we just focus on enjoying each other's company by talking, watching a movie together, etc. They say go out, go to the movies, go dancing. Well, maybe we will. That certainly will be nice and fun, but he's quiet and so am I. And plus, working doesn't afford me the energy to go out during the week like I used to when I was a teenager. Tomorrow is Saturday. We'll go out to eat then. To be honest, my friends are starting to annoy me, so I started to say that we went here and we went there just to not hear them. Yes, I'd lie. Sorry, but are they putting But are they putting on me what they think dating should be like? Or am I doing it wrong? Is dating different for seniors? I might add that all my friends are single women and none of them are dating to my knowledge. Do you have any opinions? Y'all can put your opinions in there. I have mine. I'm going to say this. As you get older, you slow down. I mean, by the time I got in my 40s, I would still go to, clubs and stuff sometimes. But yeah, right around 40, I just lost interest in all of that. I was burnt out. Did it a lot in my 20s. I'm like, I don't feel like looking at these fools no more. The music is too loud. That's how you know you're getting old. The music is loud and the music is crazy. Everybody talking about screwing and I mean, and calling women foul names in the music and stuff. That's not me. I want to hear the OJs. I want to hear Return of the Max. Cameo, stuff like that. I want to hear that kind of music. They don't play that. They just play this new stuff and it's just awful. I just can't stand it. So that's out. I don't mind going to like a nice little lounge and stuff, having drinks and talking. Sometimes they have pool tables or ping pong tables and stuff like that in there. You can do that, play darts and stuff. I don't know, just little basic shit. That's okay. I don't know. If you guys played tennis, you could do that. Golf, you could, hit some balls. I mean, stuff, but I don't know. You get older, you just don't feel like doing all of that. You just want to conserve your energy for what you need it for because you don't have all that energy to waste like you did when you was in your teens and 20s. That's for real. You 30 and you already tired of it. Oh, well, dang. I was still going strong at that age. But, um, yeah, this is your friends have a vision of dating as a young person that is not reflective of somebody almost 70 years old. You're going to still go out, but you're not going to go out with the frequency, especially since you're still working, and with the frequency that you did when you were young. Because I could go out 7 nights a week and still get up and go to work. Think about doing that now, I just want to die. I'm like, oh, I wish I had some of that energy. But, you want to do different things. You want to go on little trips and stuff and go to museums. I mean, your life is different. Everything's at a slower pace. And that's as it should be. So don't worry about them. I like your tactic of just lying and stuff. The only problem you might run into is by the time they meet him and y'all are together, and if they remember some of the places that you lied and says you went, and they ask him, well, how did you like such and such? And he gonna be like, what? I don't know. I never been there. Then you're gonna have a problem. So just think about that. But I think you're doing okay. Don't worry about them. Question number 19. This is a male in the 22 to 27 age group from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He is black. I hate the dating scene nowadays. I am lonely and exhausted from telling the same backstory to my life to girls over multiple dates. I hate sleeping with multiple people. I hate the fact that even though I might hit it off with someone, they are still talking to multiple people. Nothing pans out. I am just lost and done with the whole dating scene. Do you have any advice for me? What you need to start doing the old lady network. What that means is everybody got granddaughters, great granddaughters in some cases. You need to start putting out the word. This is me, and give them some ideas of who you are. And I'm looking for a lady who's this, and this, and that. Hook me up. That's what you need to do. You need to use your networking skill. You going on these apps and stuff, you're not gonna find that. People on the swipey things, that's a hit or miss kind of situation. So I would do that if I were you. Everybody who I knew who, had family, was close to their family, even if the family's from out of the area and is gonna be coming to the area, or, I don't know. I would just put the word out to everybody that I knew that I'm looking for somebody and I want a serious relationship in this age group that does this thing and has this interest. That's what I would do. Yeah, for men, church is a good place. For women, it sucks. But yeah, you could probably find some girl in church if you don't mind, them holy Bible thumper types of chicks. Some of them are a little touched though, but I would do that though. Try that first. Give it about, I don't know, 3 or 4 months because it's going to take them a while to get the word out about the nice young man they know. And then the dates should start pouring in. Question number 20. This is a female in the 42 to 49 age group from Liverpool, England. She's Caucasian. Good day, Deb and crew from across the pond. I need a little advice. I have a dear friend of the opposite sex I hang out with about once a week. We get along well and have easy conversations and enjoy our time together. Recently, he made some statements that confused me. First, he told me a few times that I'm hot. Oh. And he, quote, really likes me, end quote. Told me a few times that he loves me as a friend and loves me as a teammate. I'm sort of confused. It seems odd that he would be telling me these things out of the blue. Should I address this or just not say anything? I don't want to end the friendship, but I'm wondering if my friend feels more than friendship. We are not kids since we are both over 40 and have been getting together like this for over a year. Thoughts? So you consider him a good friend, but you've been going places with him weekly, once a week. It's like you all are dating. You know, it's people who date that don't see each other once a week, and they call themselves in a relationship. So are you interested in him? You didn't put that part. I mean, would this be somebody that you would be interested in dating, like romantically? Because you obviously enjoy spending time with him. You seeing the man every week. So what's wrong with him? Or is it just you just have him in the friend zone? You don't want to be in the friend zone no more. I can tell by his conversation. So if you're interested in him, what you need to do is take the bull by the horns and just say, hey, I noticed a couple of times you said that I was hot. Are you trying to say you trying to get with me? You tired of being in the friend zone? You want to break free? What you trying to do? You can make it like a joke. Or you could say, what does that mean, though, when you say that I'm hot and that you really like me? What message are you trying to convey? Just make him be direct. I don't like all that circular talk. Tell me what the fuck you thinking. Man up. Tell me what's going on here. So that would be the approach that I would take. Now, if you're not interested in him, then of course you just want to keep playing dumb. If you want to just, continue hanging out with him, don't say nothing. But if you do want to move things along, get into that nook category, then, speak up. That's what's his way of feeling you out. So it's now the ball's in your court. So now you have to either volley it back or just look at it and let it keep laying there. Okay. Okay, so that's question number 20. We got 25. We got 25 questions in our column, as we usually do. Question number 21. Female, 22 to 27. She's Asian, from London, England. I am 22 and I have a friend, let's call her Lisa. Lisa is also 22. We have been friends for more than 5 years now, and I see her quite often. We have other friends in common too. Last month, I was at a birthday party with Lisa and some other friends of ours. The hostess of the party set up a room that we could use as a closet space, but our bags and coats in there. There's like 15 girls in total, all put our purses there. My purse contained a wallet with my credit cards. Nothing suspicious happened that night. But when I woke up the next morning, I saw my credit card bill, $150 charge from the night before. Oh, you must get those notifications on your phone. Oh. I was shocked because I had definitely not purchased anything. The charge was from a popular clothing shop. Immediately, I got in touch with my bank, and they told me to try to get in touch with the shop and ask for a receipt with all the info on the purchase. 1 week later, they responded to me with a receipt showing Lisa's name as the buyer, her email address, and her home address for the shipping. Oh. Credit card fraud, identity theft, all kind of stuff. She was just doing the most. I was so shocked, speechless. Then I realized she could have gotten my credit card that night at the birthday party. I sent her the screenshot of the receipt, and she literally said nothing. She didn't apologize or try to explain why she did it. She simply sent me a Venmo of $150, the same amount she had stolen, and said nothing. That was so weird because we used to talk all the time. As I said, we have a lot of friends in common. I told some of them about what happened. They were livid. But now I feel bad because I don't want Lisa to be with no friends. Well, Lisa would have brought that on herself. What you feel bad for? Although what she did was absolutely wrong, I don't know if I should try to talk to her about it and make amends. Maybe she's having a hard time at home. I don't know. I don't know, and I don't give a fuck. I get welfare. You don't go stealing from people that trust you like that are supposed to be your friends. And it wasn't like she bought groceries. She bought from some shop. Okay, I mean I might even be more understanding if she filled up her refrigerator because she didn't have no food. I might, be like, okay, well just give me back half of it, but you do that shit again, I'm sending you to jail. You see what I mean? You don't want your friends to be without. But she didn't. It wasn't a need. It was greed. So you say, I would love to hear what you and the squad think about this. Should I forgive Lisa or should I cut her off completely? Is there an excuse for what she did? Well, I just gave some possible reasons, but a full excuse, absolutely not. She was shocked that she didn't get away with it. She didn't expect you to notice so fast and for the place to send you a receipt. And she's stupid anyway because she used her name. She's supposed to sign your name with at least forge the signature. She dumb. Okay, she's not good at being a crook. So, but what I would do is any event where she was going to be, I wouldn't attend. She done tore her drawers with me. Except they in the UK. I don't know if they call them felonies over. She in London. I don't know what they call them over there. Felonies. I don't know what they call it. Lisa got to go. But knowing me, I probably would have drove over to Lisa's house and beat her ass and made her give me $150. But she would be out of my life. You don't steal from me and then think that you're going to still get the benefit of friendship with me. That's not going to happen. Question number 22. This is a young man in the 22 to 27 age group. He's Caucasian from Toronto, Canada. Writing to you rather after listening to your recent show on lonely single men. It was so refreshing to hear criticism with ideas for how we can be better men. I was shocked at how I felt after listening. I have to say, men's dating advice is pretty shitty. I'm sure those of you on the receiving end of that garbage can agree, yeah? Yeah, buddy. This is my situation. I'm talking to someone who very lightly rejected me when I asked for her number, but still seems happy to see me, like she smiles and waves at me type of happy. I want to play the long game at this point, so I'm going to ask you all, what do you find charming? What wins you over? How do you like to be talked to? What's going too far? Okay, you asking way too many questions. Is it possible to be persistent but not disrespect boundaries? If you're seeing someone and another guy is interested in her, what's the difference between him being on your good side and him being obsessive? Okay, you asked too many questions. Each one of these is a separate question in itself. You might find some ladies in there might choose one of your questions. I'm going to pick the first one. Why she rejected you and then is smiling and laughing and stuff. Let me tell you how this goes. Women will initially, like especially if they don't really, know you that well, they will reject you, okay? Because you don't know for whatever reason, but whatever reason she chose, she rejected you. Now, what happens sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, is she's placed in an environment where she gets to observe you. Okay, she already told you no, but she gets to see you. You don't act stupid. You don't cuss her out. You don't talk to her crazy. You don't treat her any differently. You're still the same friendly, polite, cordial man that you were. That gives her space to explore that you're really not that bad. Maybe she should have given you her number. Maybe she can get your number now. See, that's what a lot of dudes don't understand. They will, because a woman rejects them, they will act stupid. Well, then you guarantee she ain't going to reconsider her position. But if you go away with some sense, you're polite, you're cordial. Every time she sees you, you're friendly, you're smiling, you're happy, you treat her nicely, you talk to her, with respect and dignity. There, you might have a chance because she might come back to you and be like, I'm sorry I rejected you. I didn't really know you, but now a couple of, I've seen you the past few weeks, and you might be okay. Is that offer still on the table? Or can I ask you out for your number this time? Something like that where you get an opportunity for round two. That's if you conduct yourself like you have some sense, that happens a lot. especially if she sees you a lot, like, in a work-related environment. Not saying you work with her, but like maybe you guys work in the same building. She sees you on the commute train or something every morning. You all catch the same train, the same bus. I mean, she's going to see you repeatedly, interact with you repeatedly, like what you're seeing here. So that's the answer you're getting from me. All them other 900 questions you asked, you need to write in them separately. Question number 23, female, 22 to 27. She's African American from Washington, D.C. I've been texting for a week with a guy I met online before we met up. When we finally did meet up, he was way cuter than his photos, and we talked for 2 hours over coffee. It was pretty lighthearted conversation, and we shared a lot about what we do and our interests. However, I was slightly awkward when we parted ways. He was going in one direction and I was in another. He told me that it was nice to meet me, and I got shy and said, "Okay, you too," and I left. I'm feeling confused if I should text him first, as it's been silence between us. It's been 2 days. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? What is it you're hoping is going to happen? Are you hoping that he's going to be like, "Oh yeah, I just forgot to text you. I forgot to call you. Yeah, I want to see you again." Is that what you're hoping for? If he really wanted to see you, he would have already reached out. Let this go. You had a good 2 hours and that was it. The end. Okay? It's time to move on, chick. They don't get it. That's what I have to ask. Why would you text some man who didn't seem to be interested enough to text you back after the date to say he had a good time? Nothing. Want to see you again? Eat shit and die? Nothing. He didn't say anything. So what is it you're hanging on to? What are you trying to chase? That energy you spend thinking about him, thinking about somebody else. Question number 24, female, 22 to 27. She's Caucasian from Southampton, UK. I need to know. I can't believe. Well, I knew I had a large audience in the UK, but until we added that race thing on there, I never thought about how many of them were not black. This is interesting. I need to know if I was wrong for how I handled this situation. I was talking to a guy from Hinge. I gave him my number and we carried on talking on Hinge. We stopped speaking. No, talking off Hinge, I'm sorry. We stopped speaking for a few weeks as he was on holiday. We started talking again and he asked me to send him some pics of me. I did, all covered up pics that you could show your mom, nothing suggestive. And I asked the same of him. He sent me a few normal ones and then one nudie in front of a mirror with the full Monty on display. Oh my God, these dudes. What would make you do that? Which he swiftly deleted and said, "Oops, didn't mean to send you that one." Liar. Then I asked why he has him on his phone, and he said he gets freaky and likes to look at himself, and apologized, hoping I wasn't too offended, but hoped I liked it. That was your clue that he did it on purpose. That deleting it thing, that was a test to see how you was going to respond. But let's continue reading. Then I replied saying I was a bit confused, but I accepted him apologizing. He then sent me another one, see, I knew it, saying that most girls find it to be a turn on. When I told him I wanted to end the talking stage as I'm turned off and didn't ask for those pics and that I'm not looking for a hookup, he deeply apologized and said he wasn't either and didn't want to offend and asked me to give him another chance. When I refused, he was super upset and I kind of feel slightly guilty. Was I too hasty? Not at all. You weren't hasty enough. You were supposed to do it after the first one. You fell for the apology. It was an accident game. No, it wasn't. Nobody attaches. Think about how you have to attach a picture. You have to hit the thing and then hit attach. It's a two-step process. That was not an accident. That was a test. And see, since you didn't lose your mind and cuss him out and stuff when he did it the first time, he, upped the ante and did it again and then tried to jam you up talking about, well, if the girls like it, well, then motherfucker, that's where you need to be sending this shit. Somebody who's intrigued by looking at your little tiny piece of meat there. That don't do shit for me. You don't do shit for me. Don't call me again. Leave me alone. I'm going to report you to Hinge. Just a freak. They try to say, well, I'm not looking for a hookup. Yes, you are. There'll be no other reason why you would be trying to send somebody an image of your meat if you wasn't trying to get busy using it. You think women are stupid and don't know that game? I mean, for real? Oh my God. He would have, I'm telling you, that's why I can't, I told y'all that lie that I was going to set up one, but I started thinking about it. I'm thinking, no, that wouldn't be a good idea. I probably last about 30 minutes on the dating. So after taking all the time to set up a profile, I would be mad. Because as soon as somebody sent me some foul, funky stuff, and I cuss them out there and be like, we don't want your kind around here. We don't want you on our app. Okay, here we go. Question. Wait, was that 24? Hold on a second. I'm talking and losing track of where I am and what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, yeah, okay, so she was number 24. Okay, so this is our last question of today column, this week's column. This is a man in the 35 to 41 age group from Nottingham, England. See, back in the UK again. A woman in 35 to 41 as well. My girlfriend and I have been together for 6 years. We are both 35 years old. She kept hinting at wanting to get married and talking about what her wedding would be like someday. So I figured it's about time to make that happen. So I decided to take the hint. I bought an engagement ring a week ago, and I'm planning to pop the question soon. But over the weekend, she had a work function. This was the first time she's invited me along. I'm not super outgoing, but I was kind of looking forward to meeting all these coworkers that she talks about so much. Yeah, I know. I'll put a face with that name. I know that feeling. But for some reason, every time we talk to somebody, she introduced me as her cousin. Girlfriend is dirty. I thought it was a joke at first, but she kept at it the whole day. We were driving home. I asked her what that was all about, and she said that she, quote, didn't want people to have the wrong impression. When I asked what that meant, she said she didn't want to talk about it anymore, and I shouldn't be so upset. She then switched the conversation to her favorite TV show. Why did she introduce me as her cousin? Should I insist on her telling me why she did it before I proposed? I can already tell you why. She got a work husband. Or whatever that's what people be called. They got somebody that they be hanging around with and kicking it with, and she might have a full-fledged boyfriend at the office. So for people to get the wrong idea by her introducing you as her boyfriend when she's been seen doing boyfriend things with this other person would cause a conflict and, quote, the wrong idea. Because then they would know that she was a lying, cheating skank. That's what she's saying. There would be no other reason in this world for her to do that. I'm sorry, dude. Take the ring back because you don't need to get married. Not now. They call it a cubicle husband. Well, I don't want a husband real life, work life, play life, no life. I'm done with all of that. Yeah, she getting busy with somebody that has been around the job, around her coworkers. And that's what they would be like, oh, well, what happened to Joey? So that's why you had to become the cousin. Sorry, dude. But you can go and verify that with her, but I'm telling you, that's the only thing it could be. There's somebody else in the picture that they're all acquainted with, and she's been introducing him as her man. So you had to be the cousin. Yep. She is a lying, cheating skank. I'm sorry. I don't usually like to do that kind of call that kind of stuff. But see, when you playing these kind of games, she's not only involving him in it, the other dude is in it, and all her coworkers are being fooled too. That's unacceptable. I mean, people gonna do dirt, but you don't involve innocent people in your dirt. Your coworkers trust you representing, your family and friends as this is real. But she's smoke screening. She's putting up fronts and stuff. So they're gonna feel like they can't trust her when they find out. It's like you've been lying to us this whole time. It's gonna be a messy thing. So that's why I say it's just not cool. It's not cool at all. So what do we have coming up? Oh, on Friday. Friday, we have our Dusty News Network. Those of you guys have been sending in some really great stuff. So if you want to send in something for the Dusty News Network, you just send it in to survivingdating@gmail.com. That's surviving dating, all one word. And make the subject line DNN or Dusty News. DNN or Dusty News. So we'll filter into the proper folder and not get lost in my horrific email inbox. That would be a nightmare. That has happened. And we don't find stuff. This show is coming up probably early September. I have a birthday party to attend this coming weekend. I'm going to be gone all weekend. And then the following weekend is Labor Day weekend. I don't know what's going to be going on then, but I hesitate to try to schedule a big show for a holiday weekend when everybody's going to be doing whatever they be doing. So it'll probably be the weekend after that. Okay? That's what I'm thinking is best option. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. Thank you, everyone who submitted a letter. You keep the show going. And you can see where to submit a letter in the show description down below, or log on to Debsterism.com, and you'll see the button that says Get Advice. Just click that and send in your letter. I'll see y'all on Friday night. Talk to you later. Bye.